approaching our turn. We're going to be on after.
We're just tough and we're mean and we talk down to people.
I'm the police officer and you're the bad guy and you're gonna do what I say.
We just went out every night and, as some people would say, we harassed them. We went out and just put people in jail. That was our job.
I don't care who you are, what you did, this is the way I'm gonna deal with you.
Screw off, you can sit there in the snow.
What's this idiot doing standing here on the corner? Why doesn't he go get a job? Why is he out here, ruining my day?
We were one of the most complained on squads on the department.
We used to get a number of complaints out of that unit.
The times I would get phone calls, the times my captain would get phone calls of people complaining, and it created stress in my life.
How can we fix this? How do we get this back to where we want to go? Because this is not where we want to go.
I was in a really weird place because I was feeling all this self-doubt and looking back on a lot of things that I had done, and I was very disappointed in myself.
Everybody's problem was just a problem. It's not my problem. I don't really care. I'm getting paid to do what I do.
I've seen people come and go through this unit where it just drove them nuts.
The job is extremely isolating, and you feel like people don't understand.
We were going down a bad path on a destiny for a crash landing.
As a leader, I was too self-centered. I felt like I had to start all over again, like I didn't know what to do.
So we said, well, you know what, why don't we try and get these people into the class and see what happens.
I came pretty much as an excuse to be away from my normal duties for 3 days.
Going into the class, I was it's still a class, whatever.
And then I sat and kind of listened to the stories and the examples.
Other people talked. I just sat back and went, wow, I thought I was the only one that did that or felt that.
We start talking about leadership. We start talking about this idea of seeing people as people.
And I never looked at it like that. Everybody was an object and just something that I had to do.
For me, what I liked about the material was that it kind of spoke to me personally, and then I got to see how it applied professionally.
If even one person came up and said, this gave me a whole new way to talk to my son, or my coworker that I just couldn't reach before, or anything like that. And there was not a class that went by that we didn't have at least somebody that said that.
Arbinger prompts us to question the way that we're doing things and our way of being.
And the amazing thing I see with conversations where people completely let their guard down and relationships are formed.
Traditionally, people have just had their guard up whenever you see the uniform come at them, letting them know that, hey, it doesn't have to be a contentious communication between us. It definitely can be a new day if more people in the law enforcement community would adopt these philosophies as a means of doing their everyday business.
After talking about these concepts and kind of adopting them in the way we do things, we went 3.5 years with no complaints. We haven't had a complaint related to a search warrant. We went like 5 years without a complaint related to a search warrant. And in that time, they received an award from the chief for recovering more guns and more drugs and more money than in the previous decade.
We just don't receive any complaints out of that unit at all. I just think it's the way that they have learned to interact with people.
Yeah, you're still a police officer, but I felt like every situation and every issue was its own. And I truly feel like, even though if I take an extra 5 or 10 minutes with an individual, more so than I would have before, I feel like when I've left, I feel like I've truly helped somebody.